Hello everybody and welcome to Alternative Interactions. I'm Gary. Please like, share and subscribe if you like the content and the channel. We cover a vast array of subjects, this just being one of them. So this is a follow-on to what I did very recently, big things and such like. And so this is kind of the people bit now that we'll be going on to. So again, I'm not suggesting anything particular. This is just for you guys to have a look at and think really, to see what you feel. So I've got a small slideshow set up just so that we can have a little bit of visual content, and we're just going to go through it. So with that, let's get on with it. So last video I started, or finished sorry I should say, with this big boots to fill for big people. So let's see if there is any evidence of big people to fill these big boots, or to sit in such a big chair. I mean, they obviously could say that this was built for entertainment purposes only, but who knows? That's a big chair. And again, they could say this is a very big violin. Now, I'm not sure it is a violin because it hasn't got the chin bit, but even if it's a double bass or big bass, it's an awfully large bass. Very interesting. Now, this is a piece from an American journal dated the 23rd of August 1896, and here they go through the heights of all the giants whom we know of. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? Here they have the famous Goliath, 11 foot. This one in France, Rouen, is 17 feet high. We even have the John Middleton of England at 9'3". And that was 1578 for John Middleton. So you can see through the period in which we were talking about, and I was talking about the houses previously and the doors. Around that period there does appear to be some very tall people. Particularly in France. We also have some very tall people potentially in the closer period, so always interesting, isn't it? This guy appears to be very tall, and again it's in the New York Journal. Can't quite make out the date of when, but I'm sure the eagle-eyed can strain their eyes. But again, it's August, I think 23rd. Can't quite make out the date, but here we go. That's it. It's the same. It's the same journal. Sorry, it's just the full page. So we had the giant stuff there. We have a full article and pictures of. I mean, we have pictures like this. This is 1767. Patagonian giant women. Very strange. Why would they draw such things? In 1768. Publish it 67. Why would they do such things if that wasn't real? We also have a historical event in 79 AD of Josius Flavius, who wrote about the last race of the Egyptian giants. Living in the 13th century BC. Very interesting. Joseph Flavius was a very, very prolific writer from my understandings, and wrote a lot about all sorts of things. His work is still and often cited today. This is from the side or involved in a Nubian pyramid, and we can see somebody standing along with what appears to be two elephants hanging from a stick, and we're not quite sure what it's holding here. But if this is not damaged, it could be smoke. Interesting, isn't it? This is Anunnaki. You can tell that by the beard. From the 200 watchers that came down, the descendants of. And this is a lion. And this is us today. Now it has been suggested that the lion is actually the divine feminine, and the fact that the person here depicted has tamed the divine feminine to go to the divine masculine. And this is why we get this depiction, and this is an artistic thing. Now whether that's true or not, I don't know. But we do have things like this on walls. Something else that we have is big footsteps, big footprints. Now this is in South Africa, I believe, and I've seen multiple photographs of this. And you can clearly see the toes and the spread of the soft material at that time that's now turned to stone, and would not have been in that position either. So some kind of event has happened that has turned the ground upwards. We get this in the rivers as well, in India and Sri Lanka, and there's certain stretches where I have footsteps in the rivers which have gone solid. And at such times when the river is low, they will worship these steps, and this is the footprints of Buddha or some other deity. And this is possibly a footprint. And you can see a town here. It's on Google, so I don't know. We all know what Google is like, but this would be an aerial photograph. Kind of looks like a foot shape. Is it or isn't it? I don't know. You make your own minds up. I did recently see, and I haven't got the photo, but I did recently see, or if I have got the photo, I can't find it, photographs of dinosaur tracks with human feet tracks. That would upset the narrative somewhat, wouldn't it? So, let's go to some bones. Them be big bones. We have two here. Even this one is large. Much larger than this archaeologist who is got the measuring stick out, but you can see the length of the thigh bone here. The skull seems to be quite elongated as well. Here we have another skeleton, and again I'm not saying that these is correct or this is not correct. I'm just showing you photos. It's up to you guys to make your own minds up, because we do know in modern times that we do actually have and do get regularly images that are tampered with. But I'm not sure why in a museum they would have such a tall person. I don't know if this is real or not, but it's interesting, isn't it? This appears to be another museum. We have a very large bone here, we have a very big hand, and we have a skull that we can see the back of. Now, whether this is real or not, I don't know. I don't know where it is, but if so, it would indicate a very, very large person. Beautiful room, beautiful paintings. We showed you this one last time. Again, potential thigh bones. This is the hip joint. Whether this is correct or not, I don't know. Now this photo has been around for some time. This is either a tree stump, this being the stump part that was in the ground, or this is a bone. I'm not sure which, but it's quite big. And we do have plenty of images of titans. I believe I did do one recently or previously on titans and giants, so this is kind of a backfill onto that, but we're not talking about mountain-sized people. We're talking about people who would have been around at the time that we were, and large, potentially. People like this. And this skeleton, if it's real, would link in very nicely with that museum skeleton. Looks about the same height to me. Again, a large skull. Is it real? I don't know. but academia would never admit this. We know the Smithsonian's, and it's recorded that they have taken multiple large skeletons, put them on a boat, took them out to sea and burnt the boat and sunk it. There's a narrative that you must follow in this world, and if you don't, you get in trouble. Now that's a pretty big one. Again, is it real? Is that correct? I don't know. This kind of looks more realistic than the previous one, in my opinion, because I think that they would not be in such good condition. And the fact that this person's got their hands on their head like this demonstrates to me disbelief. I think something's happened, and this has come or become available. And it actually looks like this is the head, and it actually looks like this is back vertebrae here. Very interesting. Again, is this correct? Is this correct? I don't know. But food for thought. We also have photographs of, and I've seen them, and I haven't shared any more of these, but very large horses. And this is a very large horse, but also horses with carts with vegetables which were absolutely huge. Now, this does seem to be a pretty genuine photo, but again, I can't say it is or isn't. The ground doesn't seem to show hoof prints as such. But it does look like this horse is harnessed for pulling logs. And of course we have the official history of a horse, which is a big horse. But is that really the biggest horse? The official narrative has many things to answer for, and if something doesn't fit, it's normally removed. Interesting. Well, there we go. Hopefully you found that quite interesting and gave you something to think about. Were there really people of that height, size and build around, living with us, in buildings with us, with very big doors, double-heighted ceilings, throughout history? And were they wiped out in more recent history than we really understand or know? That's something to ponder on, isn't it? Where are all the big people? Giants are part of our folklore, just like fairies, goblins, unicorns, and many other fairy tales. There is, from memory, there was a period where, it could be in the Bible, I'm not sure, but there was a period, and it's written about, where one particular individual hunted the last of the giants down, because I'm certain it's written about that giants and men live together, and they actually had to change the law because the giants were so big that when it came to trading, because of the size of the giant and the intimidation of that size, that they got better deals, and that was changed. And that's the sort of thing that you can't really make up and was written about. So it's quite interesting, these kind of things. I know Jason of Archaics has spoken about this kind of thing in the past, because he's obviously read a lot more older books than any of us ever will, and he has certainly come across this thing. So interesting, food for thought. Just wonder how our realm and our world would have been previously, not only multicultural but multi-sized. And with that, I'm going to say bye. Thank you for watching.